Hello, it's Beverly with My Messy Room Stamper here today. Coming back at you with another card sketch and two cards. Today's card sketch I got on Pinterest from Stamping with Dawn. I think it's a pretty cool card. It's an A2 card, of course, with a layer that's cut 1/4 of an inch less. It has 3 strips of paper. You can use this in designer series paper or cardstock or whatever you'd like. A 2-inch circle, which again, it's your choice. And then this rectangular piece is 3 by 1 1/4. I'm going to show you this card done the exact same way with the exact same colors and card set, but stamped up. I'm going to call it jacked up a little. I don't know what the word I want to use for that, but that's what I'm going to do. And the card, the stamp set I'm going to be using is It Starts With Art. It's a new stamp set that's coming out in the catalog that will go live on June the 4th. So be watching for that. And I'd appreciate it if you would order that from me. And you can do that on my website, my blog at mymessyroomstamper.blogspot.com. And in this suite, just to show you really quick, you get an embossing folder, which turned out really cute. I'll show you that in a sec. You get dies that you can cut the different elements in. And then there's a box full of goodies. I love the box. And then there's felt cutouts. There's paper clips, little gems, hearts that say made with love, and some twine. Or it looks more like thread than twine. But we're going to be using some of those today. So let's get started. First of all, I cut out my cardstock, and it's an A2 card, and this is Blushing Bride. Then I took a piece of Pacific Point, which is cut 1/4 of an inch less, and I used the embossing folder, which I showed you. This is the right way. It has buttons in other shapes, but they're not all buttons, so that's what makes it nice. And again, that's Pacific Point. So I'm going to adhere that down. As soon as I get that glob of ink off there. I had it open for a while, so I got a glob of ink while I was trying to create these. I hope everyone's having a great day while I put this down. Let's try to center it up as best I can. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to put down the 3 little strips. They're 3/4 by 4, and this is Calypso Coral. I forgot to mention there is designer series paper in this suite, and I am going to use that today. I'm going to put these off to the side a little. I don't want them centered on the centered on the card. A little dew gloop there. It helps to make the card be straight and just move it around. When you use the glue, it allows you to move things around a little, but don't burnish it down until you're sure that's where you want it to go. I learned that the hard way. I think that'll work for me. Oh, maybe not. Let's try that again. Okay, there you go. And one more. There. Then the designer series paper, of course, always has 2 sides, and I chose the sides with all these beautiful colors, and I took the colors for the card out of this circle. This is a 2-inch circle cut from my 2-inch circle punch, and as soon as I get ink out of here, glue out of here, I'm going to put this down right over there, not at the top and not at the bottom, not in the center. And then this is 3/4 by 1 1/4. I'm going to stamp it with You Paint My World with Happiness. So this stamp set, while it seems like it's all about stamping or artistic, it's not. And it's actually a really fun stamp set. I had originally not been going to get it, but then I saw all the fun you could have with it. I'm just going to stamp that off to make sure it's okay, because I pushed on it a couple of times. And I'm going to stamp it over this way a little because I'm going to use one of those embellishments to put on the side. And I'm going to pop this up a little just to give it some dimension off the paper. I want to make sure it dried. It was a lot of ink on there. And this one, done this way, takes no time at all, really and truly. And you have all the elements to make a beautiful card. And I'm going to put that right about there. You can see how it's coming together. Then inside of here, where I showed you, I'm going to take, what am I going to take? I was going to take this, which would be beautiful there, but I think I'm going to change my mind and take this flower. I'll put that flower right there. It gives it some dimension. I'm going to grab a glue dot and glue dot that down. You could use a mini dimensional here if you wanted. It may stick better even, because I'm going to have trouble getting this up, I think. Nope, wait. On the fingernail. There you go. Oh, no, it's still on the fingernail. Oh, don't you just love stamping with me? All right, once more time. Mini dimensional. Stamp there. Might have to be glued, maybe. Nope, stuck right down. And there you go. Beautiful little card. I think it turns out really well. I love the colors because I love the colors in the Designer Series paper. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing, only we're going to step it up a little bit, make it a little fancier, perhaps. We're going to introduce crushed curry. And I'm going to step away for 1 second because I didn't get my card base. Sorry about that. Silly person. I thought about it and I said, you're going to forget your card base, and then I forgot my card base. So again, the card base is Blushing Bride. Blushing Bride. Fold it in half like we did before. And then I'm going to adhere the embossed Pacific Point. I love Pacific Point. It's one of my favorite colors, and I don't use it as much as I would like, I don't think. I'm going to have to get back to that. It's such a great blue. All right, now, these little 3/4 by 4s, we're going to give them a border, just like this. So that when you put them on the card, they pop back off the card. I'm going to lay these out here just like this so I can see them and glue them right down. So we just add a little bit of glue there, there, and there. The glue helps when you're using, so I only did 1/8 of an inch more on these. So they were 3/4 by 4. I kept them at 4 and just gave them 1/8 of an inch border. Just so I had some color, some other color around them. I'm going to do that 1 more time or 2 more times. And then we'll adhere them to the card. Again, with the glue, you can move them around until you get them where you want them to be, which makes that nice. I think this little 1/8 of an inch was exactly what I wanted. And somebody should have told me, I'll fix that in a second, how to cut it for, because obviously that isn't 4. And 1 more here. All right, let's just get the scissors and cut this off. My scissors need to be clean. They have glue on them for some reason. All right, now we're going to adhere that to the card, and you'll see when I lay them down here, they just make it a little different. Maybe I'm not going to say professional because that's not true. It's not a more professional view. It's just something a little different. So you can see just from that point, it made it look like a different card, really. So again, going to adhere that here. Straighten this up. I think it's always important to straighten your card up. I didn't used to do that, and I wondered why all my stuff was crooked. And that's why. So you can find one there and find one there. And that made me happy. And 1 more time. Well, actually 2 more times. right here, right here. Yep. And this one. Okay. Now, I use the 2-inch circle again, but I use the Starburst punch to make the crushed curry that's going to go behind it. And it gives it just about the same amount of border that the, what is wrong with this glue? Not a very good advertisement for the glue today. To go right behind it. Now the question is, do you pop that up? And I think the answer is yes. So we're going to use a couple of glue dots on here. The smiley face. Sorry. Spend too much time alone, I think. All right. Get off my finger. And it doesn't matter which way you want it to go. I think I'll have it go this way. I don't really care. All right. And then on this, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stamp the same happinesses. You paint my world with happiness. Trying to fix my Memento ink pad. I inked it up and I think I got too much or something, and it's really messy now. I keep trying to... it looks awful. But it didn't come out awful. So one more time. Sorry. Sometimes your tools aren't what they should be. Can put it right there. 2 sides to every piece of paper. That's why we like paper. Oh, well, that explains that. There's a glue dot on it. All right, one more time. That seems to be my mantra today. One more time. Oh, good. Okay, set that aside. And we will adhere this to a piece of crushed curry. Dry it a little. Right like that. Gonna put it right like that. So we'll need a couple, at least one dimensional. Let's go with 2. Let's live dangerously and go with 2. And I'm gonna put a little glue on this side because that's gonna go up on the circle. Right like that. You can see it's popped up quite a lot. I'm going to put that right there, the heart. That must be what I was saving that for. I'm going to glue it and see what happens. Oh, that's pretty. And then I had another idea. Since we went with the crushed curry, there's this little border right here. What if we put that right there? I like that. And so we'll glue that down as well. Center it over the 3 strips. And there you have it. Go down. So that's 2 cards, 1 layout. Bring this back. So we just took this card and we vamped it up a little, added some more dimension to it, and got 2 beautiful cards and 1 sketch. If you have any questions about the cards, please contact me. I'm happy to hear from you. And again, these stamp sets will be live with a new catalog on June the 4th. You can place an order on my website at mymessyroomstamper.blogspot.com. I appreciate your joining me, and I hope that you tell your friends about me. Thank you again, and enjoy your day. Bye.